Good afternoon and welcome to a presentation of Southwest Conference Baseball on TableRockSports.net. We're coming to you live from Harry and David Field in Medford as the South Medford Panthers get ready to take on the Sheldon Irish. Jim McCoy here along with Brendan Egan, who will be bringing you the pictures today. This is the opener of a doubleheader between the two squads. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. Table Rock Sports wants to say thank you to our nearly 2,000 YouTube subscribers. If you want to join the team, go to our Table Rock Sports page at youtube.com and click on the red subscribe button. Your home for high school sports in Southern Oregon is TableRockSports.net. Coming into today's action, the visiting Irish come in with an overall record of 4-5. They will be seeing their first league action. They come in ranked 32nd out of 54 ranked 6A teams. Over on the other side of the column, South Medford boasting an unblemished record of 8-0, and this will also be their first conference action of the year. Predictably, with that type of sparkling record, the Panthers come in ranked number 1 in the state of Oregon. Score to pass along to you. Understand that they're early in the game with Roseburg. Roseburg leading their ball game by a score of 1-0. What we'll go ahead and do right now, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, recognize some of our sponsors, and then we'll get you ready for the start of today's game, the opener of a twin bill between the Panthers and the Irish. And that's coming up right here on TableRockSports.net.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Welcome back to Harry and David Field in Medford. We're getting set for today's ball game. Doubleheader action between the South Medford Panthers and the Sheldon Irish. Let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. Out on the field are the South Medford Panthers. We'll look at them defensively shortly. But the batting order for the Irish, leading off and playing second base, will be Dom Graziano, wearing number 3. The number 2 hitter is the pitcher Cohen Buck. In the number 3 spot, Taylor Landworthy playing third base. Hitting cleanup will be the catcher Brody Spurlock. In the number 5 spot, playing right field, is Nolan Miller. The number 6 hitter is the shortstop Cade Welch. Playing left field and hitting 7th will be Hunter Lansden. At first base, hitting 8th is Brody Thomas, and the number 9 hitter is the center fielder Drew Coleman. Looking at the Panthers defensively, over at first base is Carson Joe. At second, Cameron Sewell. And the game is underway. First pitch, fouled away. And up at the plate, Dom Graziano. So Tanner Douglas out on the hill for the South Medford Panthers. That one a little off target, and the count even up at 1-1. Next pitch, that one's called a strike. Douglas ahead in the count. 1-2. Hit out to right field, but there to reel it in, making the catch. Cooper Mitchell for South Medford. Again, that defense for you. Got Sewell at second, Jace Miller at shortstop. Playing third is Caleb Long. Outfield, left to right, is Jake Mason, Tosh Stubenhouse. And the right fielder is Cooper Mitchell. Behind the plate is Elijah Avey. And pitching is Tanner Douglas. One out in the inning. And up to the plate comes Cohen Buck. Lefty stick, head in the count, 1-0. That pitch outside. So Cohen Buck, who will be Douglas's opposite, he is up at the plate and he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Douglas offers. He'll pick up the strike there. Count goes 2-1. Coming into the game, Douglas with 3 appearances on the year, 2 of them starts. In 11 innings of work, he's given up 5 earned runs, walked 14, and struck out 20. Has a 2-0 record with an earned run average of 3.18. That one fouled out of play, and that will even up the count at 2-2. Kind of a cool morning here in now we're here at 1 in the afternoon. A cool day so far. And Douglas picks up the K. There's 2 gone in the inning. Kind of a cool breeze. We're out working the Crater baseball game last night. And I tell you what, late it got frigid. Glad to be up in the booth today rather than a picnic table down the first base line. First pitch to the number 3 hitter for the Irish, Taylor Langworthy, fouled out of play. Next offering from Douglas, inside. 52 degrees under partly cloudy skies here at game time. This one fouled off. So the count now 1-2 to the number 3 hitter for the Sheldon Irish, who came in with a 4-5 record on the season. So the count 1-2, 2 gone in the inning. Douglas settling in. Looks to home. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and he's out of the inning. So for the Irish in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, and no Panther errors. We'll go to the bottom of one, and the Panthers will be coming up.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and there.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back to Harry and David Field here in Medford, Oregon. Pear Blossom Saturday, so it's been a busy day here in the Medford area, and of course, a part of our day here, we're bringing you some high school baseball action between the Panthers and the Irish. So let's go ahead and meet the starting lineup for the Panthers, the batting order today. This is when you know you have too many papers. Anyway, we'll get ready here, and leading off will be the second baseman, Cameron Sewell. He'll be followed in the order by Jace Miller playing shortstop. Batting third and pitching will be Tanner Douglas, Elijah Havey, the catcher, hitting cleanup, Carson Joe, the number 5 hitter at first, playing third and hitting sixth, Caleb Long. Jake Mason as the left fielder, hitting seventh. And in center field, hitting eighth is Tosh Stubenhouse. And Cooper Mitchell hitting ninth and playing right field. On the hill for the Irish, we had a look at him at the plate in the first inning. Up at the dish. Cohen Buck out there, junior left-hander. Sewell the hitter. Hits it down to third base. Throw across the infield is in time for out number one. So Sewell goes down 5-3. And Miller will come up playing second base today. First pitch is a strike. Miller coming in. Limited action so far, just seen 3 games after injuring his knee, hitting .364. No home runs or RBIs. He has scored 3 runs on the season. And now he finds himself behind on the count, 0-2. That next pitch, high and outside. On deck is the pitcher, Tanner Douglas. We have a fly ball out to center field. Awaiting it is the Sheldon center fielder, Tosh Stubenhouse. Now Tanner Douglas will step in. Throws left and bats left. Coming in with a .434 average and a pair of homers on the season, along with 12 RBIs. Douglas, hit by his counterpart, So with 2 down in the inning, we have a runner on first. And Elijah Heavy. Catcher wearing number 4. He'll step in, see if he can't get something started in this ball game. Courtesy runner in for South Medford. Got a 7-step lead off the first. The runner took there. Looking for a number on him. Trying to get an identification on the young man down there. He's not on my OSAA varsity roster. He's taking a little measured lead off of first base with Heavy. That's Jones. Cannon Jones down at first base. Assuming probably he's a swing player that getting an opportunity to get some time in here. Heavy thought he had a walk there, but the umpire saying not so fast. Heavy coming into today's action with an average of 346. The runner goes. But Buck records the out. So for the Panthers, no runs, no hits, and no Irish errors. We'll go to the top of the second right after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Today's action brought to you in part by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Spring and Summer Recreation Guide is available with sports leagues and activities to sign up for now. Visit playmedford.com or call 774-2400 to find out more. Douglas warming up for the Panthers. Coming up this inning, Spurlock, Miller, and Welch looking to try to get something going in this scoreless ball game. No hits so far, both Buck and Douglas off to solid starts. Only runner thus far in the game. Douglas got hit by a pitch in the last half inning, and Jones running for him. Not able to get anywhere. So Spurlock comes up. He'll lay down the bunt. Douglas will come over the field. It slips a little bit and rush that throw a little bit. So Spurlock reaches on the error by Douglas. Scored that in E1. So Spurlock down at the runner down at first. Nolan Miller, the right fielder, at the dish. First pitch. Heavy. Had to look around for it a little bit, but did a nice job of keeping it in front of him. So Miller now ahead in the count at 1-0. Well, courtesy call over to first. At least thus far. Spurlock not showing any designs on swiping the bag. Miller lays down the bunt. And Miller runs out the infield hit. So an infield single for Miller. Puts the runner in scoring position. We have runners at first and second, nobody out. Cade Welch, the shortstop. Opportunity knocking in the top of the second. He shows bunt. Douglas ahead in the count. 0-1. Dancing with danger here in the top of the second. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Count even up. At 1-1. Had a fan trying to get my attention. It sounds like, well, anyway. Matter being taken care of, and now the hitter at the plate, Welch. Hits one down right field, out of play. As the count goes 1-2. Spurlock, the lead runner at second. This one fouled off. Welch hanging tough at 1-2. So we have Spurlock, the runner, at second. Miller at first. Welch at the plate. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Count goes even at 2-2. Irish looking to square their record to 5-5 on the year. Panthers looking to remain undefeated. Swing and a miss. So a big out recorded by Douglas. One down in the inning. And Hunter Lanston, the left fielder, playing left field. Lanston takes on that pitch and count 1-0. Douglas looks back to second. Comes to the plate out of the stretch. And he'll even things up at 1-1. Next pitch is strike. So the count 1-2. One down. And the strike by Douglas. So after Spurlock got on an error, and then Miller laid down the bunt and legged out an infield hit, Douglas has managed to hold things in check with a pair of Ks. Brody Thomas, the first baseman. Count now even at 1-1. That one high and inside. Thomas able to wiggle away from that. Number 8 hitter in the order. Douglas trying to work out of a second inning jam. Scoreless ball game so far. This one fouled back to the screen. So deuces are wild now. 2-2, a 2 out. Top of the second inning. And the Irish trying to get on the board first. Next pitch, and the runner goes. Throw down to third, and he's safe. So a double steal for the Irish. Spurlock now at third, Miller at second. And the count full at 3-2. Bouncing ball down to second base. Throw across the infield. And that will do it for the Irish here in the second inning. For Sheldon, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 South Medford error. We'll go to the bottom of the second, scoreless ball game, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Even a few days to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s or test drive a new 2022 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Ram Truck Month, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Back here at Harry and David Field, we go to the bottom of the second. Leadoff hitter for the Panthers, Carson Joe, playing first base. First pitch, a strike. That one fouled back, and so now the count goes 0-2. And Buck gets the K. As Joe goes down, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Caleb Long. Long playing third base today. Caleb coming in, hitting .227, no home runs, 6 RBIs. And 6 runs scored on the season. He promptly gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Strike the call. Long remains ahead in the count at 2-1. Swing and a miss. That'll even up the count. Fly ball out to shallow center field. Stupenhouse closes the glove on it. We have 2 down. So Jake Mason will come up. Mason, the left fielder. Buck immediately gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Mason, swing and a miss. He's hitting .278 on the season with 7 runs batted in, 6 runs scored. He'll foul that one back. Stays alive with 2 out. In the bottom of the second. And as you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard, it's a scoreless game. Next pitch misses its mark. Now the count full at 3-2. And Mason draws his 8th base on balls on the year. So he'll take the stroll down to first. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Tosh Stupenhouse. Oh, yes, that reminds us that one of our sponsors for Table Rock Sports is Bill's Glass. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass. Leave it to a former advertising salesman to remember the slogans when the timely opportunity presents itself. This one fouled off. Josh Stupenhouse, .364 average on the season. 4 hits and 11 trips to the plate. Fouls this one off to the right out of play. Runner trying to head down to second. And they get him. Crime doesn't pay. Mason, the base runner, caught stealing, and that will end the Panther threat at the bottom of the second. So for South Medford, no runs, no hits, and no Irish errors. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back with more baseball action right here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Back at Harry and David Field. So far, the makings of a little pitcher's duel. Tanner Douglas for the South Medford Panthers. And Cohen Buck. For Sheldon. Douglas comes to the plate against the hitter Coleman. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Douglas wasting no time getting ahead of the hitter here, the number 9 hitter on the day. Graziano on deck. So this game moving along. Fouled back. Count remains at 1-2. Next pitch beaten to the ground. A strikeout. And a wild pitch by Douglas. So Coleman gets on. And that'll bring us to the top of the order. To Dom Graziano, the second baseman, looking for his first hit on the day. And actually, other than a bunt single, and he shows bunt there, it has been a quiet day for the Bats. Down the first base line it goes. Douglas puts the tag on Graziano. So Graziano, the sacrifice successful. As Coleman moves down into scoring position. First pitch outside to Buck, the pitcher. He's ahead in the count at 1-0. An opportunity to help his own cause. A little fly ball out to left field. Jake Mason there. So now we have 2 down in the inning. The runner Coleman remains at second as Langworthy stands in. Little pop fly out to right field, running over and hauling it in is Cooper Mitchell. And that will take care of the Irish threat here in the top of the third. After 2.5, it remains a scoreless ball game, and we'll be back following these messages.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
It is our sponsors who make this live high school athletic action available for you, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 locations to serve you. South Medford still looking for their first hit of the day. Will come up in the bottom of the third of this scoreless ball game. Buck has to be pretty pleased with his performance thus far on the ball game. And a little bouncer out to left field, base hit. So Stubenhouse records the first single of the day for the Panthers. So Stubenhouse, the runner aboard, leading off the bottom of the third. And coming up, Cooper Mitchell, his first at-bat of the day. For Stubenhouse, that's his 5th base hit of the year. Raise his average up to .412. So he's off to a nice start. Mitchell showing bunt. Pitch gets away from the catcher and down to second is the runner Mitchell. So that's one just simply got away from the catcher, Brody Spurlock. And now the Panthers showing signs here in the second. Sewell grounded out in his first at-bat today. He'll foul this one out of play. Senior second baseman, he and his buddy Douglas headed off to the college ranks next year to play at the next level. And no doubt, look forward to seeing what they do up at the next level. Been following along a little bit with Panther alumni Jacob Melton, rocking the Oregon State Beavers colors. Count even 2-2 to Sewell. Mitchell, sorry, my apologies on that. Mitchell with his first at-bat of the day. Did he go around? He did not, so the count goes full at 3-2. And again, that's Mitchell. It's Sewell is on deck. This one fouled off. The count remains 3-2. Runner at second. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. That pitch high. And Mitchell will take a little stroll down to first base. Yep, Cameron Sewell up now. Cameron coming into today's game, hitting .467 with 14 hits and 30 at-bats, 11 runs scored on the year. That's tops on the team. Also has a triple, and yes, he's not adverse to drawing the walk. Sewell, lefty stick standing in, fouls that one off to the left. So Cohen Buck, lefty pitcher, ahead on the count 0-1. Buck now ahead on the count. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. This kind of an in-betweener and a nice play on the pop-up. Third baseman making that play is Taylor Langworthy. My apologies, the shortstop. Making the play even more remarkable. Cade Welch hauling it in. That was just kind of hit out in no man's land, and Welch does a nice job of bringing that one in. Pitch pounded foul. Count even 1-1. Jace Miller, the shortstop. Miller, just his fourth game of the season. Panthers have played 8 so far. Miller with an injury. Good to have him back in the lineup. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full at 3-2. Buck hits his target. And down goes Jace Miller. Now Tanner Douglas standing in, opportunity to help his own cause. Wild pitch, back to the screen. The hitters will move up. And now, golden opportunity for Douglas to help his own cause. At 4:34 coming in, Douglas swings a wicked stick. Count now even at 1-1. And 2 down. Patience at the plate. Puts Douglas ahead in the count. That one high, and reminds us that in his first at-bat today, he was hit by a pitch, and prior to this inning, that had really been about the only action that we had seen offensively from the Panthers. Strike runs the count full at 3-2. Douglas pounds that one into the turf, and count stays full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. And Douglas draws the walk. So we have Stubenhouse at third, Mitchell at second, and Douglas at first. Eli Havey, 346 on the season. Big time RBI opportunity. Bases loaded, but 2 down. Cohen Buck helping himself out. He's been on the money with his pitches today. Next offering, swing and a miss. Patience at the plate. Runs the count 1-2. That one inside. Umpire doing a little housekeeping. Havey, not much of one for striking out. Only struck out twice so far on the season. So a good man for contact. One of those guys who you want in this situation with a chance to score and break things open. And Buck gets the strike. So for the Panthers, in the third, no runs, 1 hit, and no Irish errors. We'll pause for messages, and then when we return, we'll bring you the top of the 4th in this scoreless ball game here on TableRockSports.net.
Even a few days to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s or test drive a new 2022 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Ram Truck Month, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Today's game is brought to you by our regional sponsors, including Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less, John L. Scott Real Estate, and Travel Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission. Great partners in keeping high school athletics streaming for you. Jim McCoy, along with Brendan Egan over on the camera this afternoon under, they'll call it partly cloudy skies, not a whole heck of a lot of sunlight, and Tanner Douglas has flirted with a little bit of trouble, but he's only surrendered 1 hit so far on the day, so he's off to a good start on the hill. We also have seen the same from his opposite, Cohen Buck. Spurlock, the leadoff hitter, in the top of the 4th. Got on an error in the 2nd. He had pounded 1 into the dirt, and then Douglas rushing his throw. Count now even at 1-1 to leadoff hitter. Got Spurlock, Miller, and Welch to start things off, and the top of the 4th. Spurlock looks at that one, and he's ahead in the count now at 2-1. Open stance. And he's going to make Douglas work on this at-bat. Spurlock makes contact, but it hits it foul. Hits it down toward the bullpen on the third base side. Count full now at 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. And base knock for Spurlock. So Spurlock on for the 2nd time today. Single to right. That'll bring up Nolan Miller. Douglas over to Joe at first. Miller laid down a bunt that turned into an infield single. He and Spurlock both have stolen bases on the day. Count 0-1. Nobody out. In the top of the fourth. Count will even up now at 1-1. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. And Spurlock in the scoring position. Count even at 2-2. And now the count full at 3-2. Throw back to second base. Little high. Miller doing a good job of corralling it, keeping it in the infield. Full count. And this will be fouled back to the screen. Irish with an opportunity here in the top of the fourth. Douglas gets his man swinging. And that's the first out of the inning. Miller striking out, and by my very unofficial count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts on the day for Douglas, who came into action today with 20 on the season. Falls behind Welch. Welch struck out in his first at-bat. So one down in the inning, runner at second. Pitch outside. Douglas will fall behind at 2-0. Ground ball right side of the infield. Sewell tried to make a play on it. It'll get away from the first baseman. And coming around to score. First run of the day scored by Spurlock. Ruling on the play, hit. A base hit for Welch and an error on the second baseman, Sewell. Pop up on the play. Goes behind the screen, out of play. Sheldon hitter, Hunter Lansden. Lansden struck out in his first at-bat today. Count evens up at 1-1. So the Irish with just 2 hits on the day, but that second one a big one as it brings Spurlock home. That one inside to even things up at 2-2. Ball is the call. That'll run the count full at 3-2. And he draws the walk. So Lansden will go down to first. Welch heads down for second. Brody Thomas now the hitter. Brody Thomas now the hitter. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat of the day. He's got runners at first and second with 1 down in the inning. Panthers would love to get a double play ball here. Pitch inside. Thomas ahead in the count. Strike called. Thomas remains ahead in the count, 2-1. 1 down here in the inning. Irish out on top, 1-0. With Spurlock scoring on a single and a throwing error by South Medford. This one popped up out of play. And that'll even things up at 2-2. Thomas becomes the latest Douglas strikeout victim. 2 outs in the inning. And coming up will be Drew Coleman, the center fielder. Who struck out and got a board on a wild pitch. So technically he's 1-0. He'll pound that one into the dirt. That'll go foul. Douglas ahead in the count now. 0-1. Swing and a miss. By Coleman, who has runners at first and second here in the top of the 4th. Douglas tries to see if he can't get Coleman fishing. Coleman having nothing of it. And he stands in with a 1-2 count. Time called. Top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. And Douglas gets out of the inning. For the Irish, 1 run on a pair of hits and 1 South Medford error. After 3.5, it's a 1-0 ball game. We'll be right back with more action after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind, or discovering a place that feeds your hunger, where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore? So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play. But not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Here at Harry and David Field, game 1 of a twin bill between the Panthers and Irish today. The Irish looking to hand the Panthers their first loss of the young season. First pitch is a strike. No sooner I say that. Now the count runs 0-2. Connor Joe, the hitter. He'll foul that one out of play, stays alive. Carson hitting .370 coming into the ball game on 10 out of 27 hitting, 7 runs scored on the year. 4 of his hits of the extra base variety with a pair of doubles and a pair of triples. And that thump you hear is Connor trying to get our attention. And you have it. Joe struck out in his first at-bat of the day. Looking to try to get his team on the board as they trail in this ball game 1-0. Count now 1-2. Now things even up. But Buck with just 1 hit surrendered on the day thus far. Make that 2. Connor Joe aboard with the single. Little pool cue shot gets him aboard. Leadoff hitter in the inning. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Caleb Long. Long, grounder to short, play at second, on to first, double play. So the old 6-4-3 double play. Clears the bases. Pitcher's best friend, the old double play ball. As Mason comes up to hit. Jake Mason, Panther left fielder, drew a walk in the second inning. Pop up at the center field, and a good effort there by Coleman to get to it. And that will erase the Panthers in the fourth. For the Panthers, no runs, 1 hit, and no Irish errors as we move on to the top of the 5th right after this. Yes, sir.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and 10,000.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So we hear the music of Dire Straits out here at Harry David Field. The Sultans of Swing, and I tell you who's a Sultan of Swing is Jacob Melton, South Medford product. Score to bring along to you. Oregon State out to a 1-0 lead against USC thanks to the hitting of one Jacob Melton. Also another score to bring along from the high school ranks. Roseburg, a Game 1 winner against North Medford 3-0. Bouncing ball to short. Throw across the infield is on time. So Dom Graziano grounds out in the top of the fifth. Cohen Buck, who's had a strong day on the hill so far, is the hitter. And he falls behind Douglas 0-1. So that puts Graziano at 0 for 2 on the day. He had a sacrifice in there. And then now we have a ground ball down to wide of first. Foul ball. Buck, meanwhile, 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out and flied out to left. A 1-0 pitcher's duel. And he'll ring him up. So Buck goes down on strikes. 2 gone. And coming up is Taylor Langworthy. Langworthy 0 for 2 on the day, and he'll hit this one in the air to right field. Moving over and closing the glove on it for South Medford, Cooper Mitchell. So a 1-2-3 inning for Douglas. And we'll go to the bottom of the fifth after these messages.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Here at Harry and David Field, home half of the fifth inning. Panthers trailing in the ball game, 1-0. Tosh Stubenhouse will lead off the inning, followed by Cooper Mitchell and Cameron Sewell. Stubenhouse. Falls behind. It's an 0-1 count. Next offering from Buck inside. And that will level things up. So if my left-handed hand scratch is correct, Stubenhouse with one of 2 hits for the Panthers on the day. Carson Joe with the other. Little seeing eye base hit for Stubenhouse. Leadoff hitter aboard in the bottom of the fifth. Cooper Mitchell will come to the plate. He walked in his first at-bat of the day. Promptly, Buck, aware of his circumstances, gets ahead of the hitter 0-2. Ooh, that pitch caught the inside corner according to the man in blue. And we got one down. Sewell showing bunt. He's grounded out and popped up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Runner headed down to second. Steubenhouse with the steal. So apparently crime does pay. As he moves down to scoring position, representing the tying run in the ball game, as the Panthers trail 1-0. So Sewell's assignment gets a little bit easier that way. Swing and a miss, though, and the count goes 1-2. Sewell looking at that one. That'll run the count to 2-2. And that one will fall in. Base hit. Coming around, looking to score is Steubenhouse, and we have a tie ball game. Cameron Sewell helps get his team on the board with an... Now, I know well enough to know to check in with Beach first whether we're going to call that a double or whether that was one that it was a single and he stretched it. I concur. So a tie ball game. Runner in scoring position now. And Jace Miller. So a single and some heads up base running. Pop up on the infield. Spurlock is there. Spurlock with the put out. So Sewell, the runner, down at second. This fouled back by the pitcher, Tanner Douglas. No doubt he'd like to help his own cause here. And he is the guy that if you're the Panthers, he's the guy you want up at the plate coming into today's action. 434 with a pair of home runs and 12 runs batted in. He'll hit a little comebacker. Buck down to first, and the throw is not in time. Ruling on the play, an error by the first baseman, Thomas. And we have runners at the corners. That's just the first miscue of the day defensively for the Irish. As Eli Havey comes up, the catcher. Swing and a miss. Buck ahead in the count. With Sewell the runner at third, and Douglas runner at first. After that last pitch, the count is level at 1-1. Fouled off to the right, out of play. So Buck ahead in the count, 1-2. Next pitch off target, so the count goes 2-2 with 2 out. Runners at the corners. And a wild pitch, and the go-ahead run is home. So Cameron Sewell puts his team on top after the wild pitch by Buck. And the trailing runner down to second. Count full now at 3-2. 2 out here in the top of the fifth. Opening game of a doubleheader. We're broadcasting the opener today. So if you want to check out a very good 6A baseball team, come on down to Harry David Field and catch the nightcap. That'll be coming up after the conclusion of this one. Little line drive out to left center field. Base hit. Havey brings home the courtesy runner, Jones. So an RBI single by Havey. And the Panthers up on this one, 3-1. Carson Joe, 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in his last trip. Wild pitch. And down to second is the courtesy runner for South Medford. And that is Tristan Mallory, freshman. Get a chance to see a little action today. Running for Havey. So the Panthers come alive. Down 1-0, 3 runs here in the inning, and an opportunity for more. Strike, the call. Count 1-2. Runner at second. And the third wild pitch of the inning gets away from Spurlock. Mallory gives the catcher something to think about, but he'll make his way back to third. Foul hit down right field way by Joe. He'll stay alive with the count even at 2-2. Swing and a miss. For the Panthers, 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 Irish error. Nobody left, and now after 5 complete, the Panthers lead in this ball game 3-1. We'll be back with more baseball action right here on TableRockSports.net.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Always be there.
Harry and David Field, South Medford rallying in the bottom of the 5th to take a 3-1 lead. Yes. Spurlock, leadoff hitter. 1 for 2 on the day, got on an error, and then singled and scored. He'll lead off the top of 6. As he tries to rally his team. Fly ball out to left field. And it's gone. Home run for Spurlock. Spurlock with the round tripper. And just like that, it's a 3-2 game. The big fly from Spurlock out to left field. Those have a way of really igniting a spark for a team, and now Miller is up to hit. Miller. Oh for 1 on the day. But he has gotten on in the ball game and had a stolen base early. Swing and a miss. Douglas regrouping after giving up the home run to the Irish catcher Spurlock. Douglas strikes out Miller for the second time today. One down in the top of the 6th. And that'll bring up Welch, who had an RBI single in his last trip to the plate. Welch 1 for 2 on the day. The Irish shortstop. Pitch out, well, no. It caught the outer portion of the plate there, and that'll even up the count now at 1-1. Two and one the count now on this breezy yet pleasant day. Pear Blossom Saturday here in Medford. Swing and a miss. That'll even things up at 2-all. Now, the thing about Pear Blossom Saturdays, I've seen some that have been gorgeous days. And I can remember running the Pear Blossom Run one year. It was pouring down. I weighed more when the race was over than when it started. Another strikeout for Douglas on the day. 2 out in the inning now. Unofficially, I have Douglas with 9 strikeouts on the day. Starts out ahead on the hitter, 0-1. Up the bat for the Irish, Hunter Lansdon. Pitch fouled out of play. 0-2 the count. And for Lansdon, 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout and a walk. Ball is the call. The count goes 1-2. To Lansdon, the left fielder. Swing and a miss. And I just heard from our official scorer, B.G. Gould, that is the 11th K on the day for Douglas. For the Irish, in the top of the 6th, 1 run on a home run by Spurlock. No errors. We'll take a quick timeout. When we return, we'll be back with more baseball action, and looks like a new pitcher taking the hill. We'll be back with more following these messages.
Even a few days to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s or test drive a new 2022 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Ram Truck Month, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Back at Harry and David Field, we're going to the bottom of the 6th and a new pitcher on the mound for the Irish. John Mueller junior right-hander, will take over for Buck, who surrendered 5 hits and 3 runs in 5 innings of work. Unofficially, I've got him for 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts on the day. For the Panthers, Caleb Long leading off in the home half of the inning. First pitch, fly ball out to right field. Bringing it in, Nolan Miller. 1 away. One down, Jake Mason. Swing and a miss. Mason playing left field. Drew a walk earlier in the game. He'll look at a pitch inside. Count goes even at 1-1. A report in 6A baseball. Last report in the 3rd inning as we have a pop out to left field, and it's dropped. Hunter Lansden, for a moment, looked like he had it, but it ended up falling to the turf. So Mason gets on. In the scorebook, that'll go down as an E7. Stubenhouse, who scored the first run of the game for the Panthers, 2 for 2 on the day. He'll come up to hit with a runner on first. Stubenhouse getting his first look at Mueller. Throw over to first. That one gets away from Thomas. Scampering down to scoring position for the Panthers, Jake Mason. Swing and a miss. Stubenhouse. Next pitch. A strike from Mueller. Pop up. Thomas will follow it out of play. Count 0-2. Hit up the middle, base hit by Stubenhouse, and coming around with another Panther run. Jake Mason. Yes, Stubenhouse comes up with the RBI single. So the Panthers now with a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Cooper Mitchell, more of the Panthers, 0 for 1 on the day, a walk and a strikeout. Mueller, a right-handed reliever, now ahead in the count at 0-2. And he'll ring him up. Mitchell strikes out. 2 down in the inning. Cameron Sewell. Last at bat, singled and scored on a wild pitch. 1 for 3 on the day. Foul ball, out of play it goes, lands over in the bullpen area, over to our left. Won the count to Sewell with the runner on first. Pitch inside, throw down to first. And South Medford has a runner in scoring position with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Sewell, 1-on-1 count on him. Steubenhouse with his 3 for 3 performance today, unofficially now hitting .500 on the year. Sewell now ahead on the count at 2-1. Fouls this one up. Even the count at 2-2. Breeze kicking up here. So fly ball out to right field and reeling it in for the catch is Nolan Miller, and that will wipe out the Panthers. 1 run on 1 hit and 3 Irish errors. Panthers and 1 left. The Panthers leading the ball game now 4-2. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Top of the 7th. Pinch hitter for the Irish. E.J. Peterson will come up. Peterson hitting, I believe, for Thomas. Peterson, as you can see, right-handed hitter, open stance. And Douglas looking to take this one all the way. Falls behind the count 1-0. E.J. Peterson, junior outfielder, hitting in place of Thomas. Maybe looking to get an edge against the left-handed pitcher Douglas by putting a right-handed hitter up there. Count now even at 1-1 to the leadoff hitter in the inning. Pitch called the ball as Peterson gets ahead in the count 2-1. Strike, and that'll level the count at 2-2. This one fouled off. I think mentally, probably one of the more challenging jobs in baseball is that of being a pinch hitter. You're kind of been sitting there throughout the game, just following what's going on, and then you come up, and of course in this situation, he's looking to try to get his team back into the ball game as they now trail by 2. He'll foul this one off, stays alive at 2-2, and there's some guys who have mastered the art. Remember guys like Roger Freed from the Cardinals or Manny Mota from the Dodgers who just didn't seem to bother them. Or at least they were very successful in the job. Bobby Mercer, who many remember from the Yankees and Cubs, he was kind of another guy that has some success. And they asked him one time what he attributed success to, and he said he wished he knew. He just had a knack for getting the hits. One down in the inning as Peterson goes down. And the Sheldon Irish will send up another pinch hitter in the ball game. C.J. Franklin, junior outfielder, left-handed hitter against Douglas. So Joshua Riley, the head coach, getting his bench into the ball game. Franklin hitting for Coleman. Pitch outside. So Franklin, the pitch hitter, ahead in the count, 2-0. Umpire says that one's inside. So now we got a hitter's count at 3-0. Haven't seen too many of those today. And Franklin gets aboard with the base on balls. Here at the top of the 7th. That'll send the leadoff hitter, top of the order now for the Irish, Dom Graziano, second baseman. And we have a pitching change coming up here. Tanner Douglas hit his pitch limit, and so it'll be Sewell who'll come in relief. So while they make the pitching change and he gets his warm-ups in, we will go ahead and take a quick timeout. You're watching Southwest Conference Baseball on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
So a pitching change for the Panthers. Cameron Sewell will come in from his second base position. Right-hander. On in relief of Tanner Douglas. Douglas on the day, 13 strikeouts, has 2 runs surrendered, 4 hits. Pretty solid outing. As the Panthers look to try to run their record to 9-0. When I'm looking here in terms of bases on balls, hasn't had many of them today. What, 1, 2? If my math is correct, and nobody's ever accused me of being a mathematical genius. Looks like he just gave up 2 walks on the day. So runner at first, 1 down. So Douglas with 6 1/3 innings of work. Graziano, the hitter. 0 for 2 on the day, including a sacrifice. Cameron Sewell, his 5th appearance of the season on the hill, 5 1/3 innings of work, just 1 walk surrendered, 6 strikeouts, 2 saves on the season, and a save opportunity here. Runner goes, throw down to second base. They got him. So Franklin caught stealing. 2 down now. Sewell with a little help from his catcher, Havey. Pitch outside. For Cameron. The 3rd walk he surrendered this year. That was the first hitter he's seen in this ball game. Graziano aboard. And Cohen Buck, who was the starting pitcher today, is up to hit. 0 for 3, struck out twice against Tanner Douglas. Oh, Taking one between the shoulder blades is Cohen Buck. He'll go down to first. Moving into scoring position is Graciano. Buck represents the tying run down at first. And up comes Langworthy. Langworthy 0 for 3 on the day. Little discussion with his coach. 2 down, so the Irish down to their last out. Sheldon looking to rally. First pitch, inside 1-0. So Sewell on in relief, laboring a little bit. With a walk and a hit batsman. But 1 out is all he needs, and he goes even on the count, 1-1. Sewell looks over at second. Throws out of the stretch, and now he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Langworthy, the hitter. Pitch outside. So with 2 strikes and 2 outs, Langworthy can't be too selective, but he's going to try to get something here. The last hope for the Irish here in the top of the 7th. Bouncing ball wide of third. So he stays alive with a 2-2 count and 2 out. Breeze starting to pick up pretty good again, once again. Sewell on the 2-2 pitch. That one fouled off to the right. Langworthy and the Irish stay alive. We got one more game after this. But this will wrap up the audio stream after this game is over and done with. Bouncing ball wide of third. Langworthy hanging on. Looking for something he can hit, but he's doing a nice job of protecting the plate as he tries to get aboard. And the strike, the pitch. Ooh, here we go. Count goes full at 3-2. Runners go, but it's fouled off. Count 3-2, top of 7. Time called. Count remains 3-2. 2 out and a 2-run lead for South Medford. As the Irish have 2 runs aboard. Swing, and he'll foul that one off. So Langworthy working quite an at-bat against Sewell. I think the pitch count on this hitter has probably reached double digits easily by now. Fly ball out to right field, and it goes out of play. So yet another foul ball by Langworthy. Staying alive. Sewell comes to the plate. Bouncing ball hit to second base. Throw across the infield, and that's the ball game. The South Medford Panthers take the opener in a double hitter against the Sheldon Irish. What we'll do is we'll take a quick timeout. When we return, we'll do a quick post-game wrap here on TableRockSports.net.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
The South Medford Panthers, thanks to a 3-run fifth inning, defeat the Sheldon Irish by a score of 4-2 to take the opener in today's doubleheader at Harry and David Field in Medford. Jim McCoy here along with Brendan Egan. A hard-fought pitcher's duel to start out the ball game between the Panther starter Tanner Douglas and Cohen Buck for the Irish. After 3 innings of scoreless baseball, Sheldon gets on the board first in the 4th inning to take a 1-0 lead. Then the Panthers regroup, settle into a groove, and thanks to some timely hitting by Stupenhaus and Sewell, among others, Havey, big hit. The Panthers pick up 3 runs, take the lead, and they add an insurance run in the 6th. Sheldon made things interesting with a home run hit courtesy of Brody Spurlock, who hit a homer to left, a solo shot to make it 4-2, but this will wrap up the ball game. The Panthers with 4 runs on the day, 6 hits, and 2 errors. For the Irish, 2 runs, 4 hits. They commit 4 errors out in the field. The winning pitcher, Tanner Douglas, surrendering 2 runs on the day, striking out 13, and for Douglas. He'll end up running his record to 3-0 on the season. That'll wrap up today's video stream. Once again, if you happen to be in town here locally in Medford, you want to see a good baseball game, come on down and check out the South Medford Panthers. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. I'm Jim McCoy for Brendan Egan. Thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend.